This past week I couldn't focus at all, and it honestly worried me because I realized I was doing this to myself. I kept scrolling, gaming, consuming, and by the end of the week my brain was completely fried. It started last weekend. I really wasn't feeling that well. I was extremely tired and I felt like my body was very exhausted. That night I hardly slept at all. I woke up in the morning, my brain was in complete pain, especially my triceps and my shoulders. It felt like they were burning all out. Then, in order to try and keep myself busy to not watch the pain, I started up the PC and I started up social media. I kept scrolling for hours and hours and it worked. I did feel a little bit better because I kept myself busy. But in order to do that, I kept going. I even started up a game which I had not done in months. And after having been scrolling and gaming all day, we even sat down to watch a movie which also had been months. The first thing we clicked on was the sidetrack of Game of Thrones, which used to be my thing. I used to love that series, and now they have a new one called The Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And it completely hooked me. I was more distracted and I did not feel my body. So we went to bed at like 2 a.m. The next morning, the same routine. I started scrolling, I started gaming, and we watched in the evening. Then on Monday, when I felt better again and I wanted to get myself back in track, I quite literally couldn't. I was working my day job, that I did do, but in the end, at night, I was again scrolling and gaming. On Tuesday, I was off and the same routine. I was even watching movies myself, which honestly had been years. But I managed to keep myself busy again. But the main issue in those first days was that I could not force myself in order to do work for myself that I want to do all the time. I kept planning for myself. I kept making statements. I am going to do this specific task today. But every day we kept going, and every day I could not get myself to do the thing that I wanted to do. I started wondering why this happened, why I was scrolling, why I was gaming, which I, again, had not done in years. And then I realized I had changed my habit in the past weekend when I wasn't feeling so well. I created a new habit of going to social media and scroll, of starting up the game and play until I was tired. And because I was doing that, I was exhausting all my dopamine I had in my body. And I quite literally exhausted my brain that way. So I had told myself a new habit, which was now a new common activity. We were watching every day, we were gaming every day, we were scrolling every day, going to bed way later than I used to do. All because I changed my habit. So finally, when I did start to realize this, I knew that I had to change again. So as of this morning, I luckily managed to track the habits again that I used to do. And I managed to force myself to do the things that I want to do, to create those habits again that I used to do before I didn't feel very well. It will be exhausting at the start because I need to reteach myself that routine. And it also explains how incredibly easy it can be to fall into old routines. And no matter how much I preach I won't, well, clearly I've fallen for it. I've done it. So let this be a lesson for myself. No matter how many times you preach something, if you don't stick to the habits that you have created, you will fall back into the habits that once kept you from doing the things that you want to do. This was a video from the heart. Let me know down in the comments below how your week was. I'd love to know. I'll see you in the next one.